Alright, so this is a video I didn't expect to be making today, but I got out to the range the other day, was taking the 7 SAUM and a couple other rifles out to do some shooting that was going to be much closer than the shooting I ended up doing. But I got out there looking around and realized that the part of the field that I typically do my ELR shots in, the part from about 2,000 to maybe 2,700 yards, had nothing but beans planted in it that were only about ankle high. So I went ahead and took a chance, stuck the 24-inch plate out in the beans at 2,480 yards, so my furthest shot to date, and went up on the hill. I actually had to dial the magnification back to about 14, just under 14 power to get the right amount of holdover in the reticle to get on plate at those distances. So on 14 power magnification, you're actually holding under the reticle. Actually down, I had to pick a little corner at the very bottom corner of the scope and use that as my point of aim and line that up with the balloon that was only sticking up about 1/3 of the way above the corn that was in front of the beans. So that's about all the target I could really make out from where I was at. But use that and the fact that downrange, the ground was extremely dry where the target was at, and it was so dry that there was a nice layer of dust sitting all the way across the ground. So when my bullet would impact, it would throw up a huge dust cloud, making it much easier to spot where my point of impact was and dial over to get on plate. So we managed to do that in only 5 shots at 2,480 yards, 7 SAUM with the 183 Match King that has been shooting just absolutely phenomenal out of this rifle. I'm really looking forward to when the crops finally get harvested this year, so I can get out and best that 2,500 yard mark, which I think will be doable. Have to dial down a little closer than the 14 power, a little further than the 14 power that I had to do for this. Hopefully I'll have a spotter that day, because this was definitely tough doing it in those terrible conditions with no spotter on such a low power. But we managed to get it done in only 5 shots. So couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier with how these whole ELR shots have went over the last few weeks. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Alright, so came out today to do some shots at some much closer distances, but I got out here, I realized there was a section of the field that from about 2,000 to about 2,600 yards that the beans were not up so high that I may still be able to pull off besting my last 2,412 yard ELR shot. So we're going for broke here. Downrange at 2,480. I've got the 24-inch plate directly on top of that 24-inch plate. I've got an orange balloon. I can only see about the top 1/3 of that plate sticking up, so I'm hoping I can still see bullet splash to get on. But we are down on about 12.5 power magnification to get the holdover needed to get on plate. So here we go. This is 2,480 yards, 7 SAUM, 183 ELDs. Okay. That was a little too far right. Okay, that was a little bit long. And just off right edge. Okay, so we're actually taking the magnification in to adjust our elevation. Okay. All right. Wind is definitely picking up. Nice to see that big fat bullet splash though. Okay, I do believe that went just over the top. Windage looked really good. That's impact. That is impact. That is impact. Ha ha, yeah. That was 5 shots. Let's crank this magnification in just to make sure that that balloon is gone. It's gone. I don't even need to. Now the problem here is it's going to be really hard to back this up. Main problem being I ended up getting something, as I broke that shot, I got something in my throat. And made it really hard to concentrate on what I was doing. And when I broke the shot, I broke it clean and it felt really good. That is so close to 2,500 yards, so over 1.4 miles with a 7 SAUM. Now, because I can't really see the plate here, it's going to be almost impossible to know if I back this up. But that is my longest shot. It took 5 rounds. Everything shot super consistent. These 183 Match Kings are insanely consistent in this rifle. All right, so here it is. This is 2480. Caught it about 3 inches from the bottom. Caught it nice and clean. It was pretty impressive to see that even with the beans being as high as they are today, I was actually kind of leery if I was going to be able to get this done because the beans were so high. The corn surrounding the beans is already high enough that it was really hard to even see any of the plate, let alone tell where the bullets were impacting to get on plate. And luckily, this dirt is just so dry and just anything you hit just blows up into a big cloud of dust, so it made it a lot easier than I expected. So anyway, that is 2,480 yards, 7 SAUM. Probably be the last one until the crops are harvested of these ELR shots like this, but this has been a lot of fun this year, so
I could not be happier with how this turned out.